Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it would be nice, since we're always bringing up Limbo in this series, which we should, that Miss Madeline Pryor should hopefully make an appearance sometime before the series is over with. I know she's in the Masters of Evil. When the hell did she join them? Please, somebody let me know in the comments. And the Masters of Evil are helping out the Avengers in One World Under Doom. But it's not like characters can't be in 2 books at one time. I mean, hell, Wolverine's been a master at it since the 90s. In saying that, my name is Dorian. This is SEM Comics. We're continuing our coverage of Magik. Number 3. Our story starts off with Ileana trying to get away from Liminal. I think I pronounced that right. She's been trapped in his dimension for what she feels like it's been weeks. Now, Liminal is no different from Mephisto, Dormammu, Sidorak, hell, Magik herself. When it comes to their dimension, they're at their most powerful, which Ileana is finding out firsthand. He just snaps his fingers and he summons Cat, who Ileana says is a version of Kitty Pryde, who helped her when she was rebelling against Belasco. Belasco's the original ruler of Limbo. And unfortunately, when it was all said and done, Cat succumbed to Belasco's black magic. Now, despite Liminal chasing her and summoning these demons, I guess, to fight her, he's trying to talk to her. He's like, look, it doesn't have to be like this. I just want to talk. So obviously, Ileana's having none of it. So Liminal says, okay, snaps his fingers, summons more demons. So while these demons are ganging up on her, Liminal is saying that she doesn't have to be a victim like she was when she was in Limbo. Like she just tapped into her dark child persona. And Ileana's like, no, that's not happening. She uses her own power, she gets all the demons off with her, and then she starts to take them out one by one. So she takes off running again, and Liminal is just intrigued with her. So she's hiding. She thinks she's kind of safe for a minute. She's trying to get her thoughts. When all of a sudden, Liminal shows up. This time, he's not himself. He shows up as Belasco. So as Liminal gets closer to her, all of a sudden she snaps her fingers, and now Liminal steps in one of her spells. She says it's a simple spell, but it's effective. As his tentacle beast comes out of nowhere and starts ripping him apart, and now Liminal has to start using all of his magic to summon the beast away and put himself back together. But also gives Ileana enough time to bust out her soul sword, and now she's like, I'm on the attack. So now she's about to come down with that soul sword, but like I said, his dimension is like an extension of himself. He gets himself out the way, he also grabs her, and now they're right back where they started, right in his chamber hall. So again, he's just trying to talk to her, but she ain't having none of it, and she throws her soul sword right at his head. I mean, right at his head. Now, despite that, he's still trying to talk to her, but she ain't hearing it still. She just comes up, grabs her soul sword, and then tries to cut his head off, and she cuts clean through his chair until she hit his head, and then it stopped. And he grabs his eye, and he's like, you know what? I hate to do this. Now, I guess I gotta flex on you. And that's exactly what he does. Flexes his power. After that, he stops what he's doing. He picks up his eye, he puts it back, and fixes it. And he's like, look, you don't want to see what's underneath this. Trust me. So I got a little angry, but I promise I won't do it again. So now, again, he's just trying to talk to her, and he lets her know that, look, when this all started, I thought you were just like a nuisance. But then I started to observe you and realize that we have a lot in common. So then we do a flashback when he was a normal boy. Yes, he was a normal human being. And these witches walk up to him and pretty much look at him as a sacrifice. They were trying to use him to gain more power. But unfortunately, one of them botched the spell or just wasn't fully committed like she should have been. And the power went into him and didn't go anywhere else. So now Ileana is finally willing to kind of listen. And she's like, oh, you're kind of like me. You didn't want any of this. You were kind of forced into this. So he had all this power, and now he's scared the bejesus out of some people. And another covenant came and bound him and put him in the dimension that he's in right now. So he stayed there for a while, but then he decided that he needs to get out of there. Now, normal humans there's not enough power there to even begin to break the seals. But mutants, they're a little different. And that's why he went on his crusade. And I was like, but you're killing mutants. I can't condone that. Well, he was like, they're not dead. I just store them and use their power, but they're not dead. They're still alive. And Ileana's like, look, I saw them die right before my eyes, so you're lying to me. So Liminal's like, you know what? Let's play a game. And Ileana is like, I'm kind of trapped down here, so I guess I gotta play her game. And I shouldn't have to say this, but just in case anybody's wondering why she doesn't teleport out of there, she can't make her teleportation disc in his dimension. He's like, look, I'm gonna bring down all your mental blocks that you got for Darkchild. If you stop me, then I'll go ahead and I'll wipe out her persona altogether. You'll never have to deal with her again. But if you don't, then she comes to the forefront and she takes over. So Ileana's like, deal. And then Darkchild comes out of nowhere and it's like, I'll be seeing you soon. And then Liminal teleports her out of there. So he teleports her back to Japan and she's like, where's Cal? I gotta find him. And she's like, Ecuador. That's interesting. So she teleports her butt right to Ecuador. She sees Cal, she hugs him, and he's like, how'd you find me? And then she admits that she put like this magical tracking device on him just in case something like this happened, which kind of pisses him off a little bit. So despite that, he's willing to show her the book, even though his grandma told him not to trust her. And she's like, oh, well, I guess it only took you a few weeks to start trusting me. He's like, a few weeks, like it's only been a few days. So Ileana's like, wow, it seemed like weeks down there. And then she tells him about the deal that she made with Liminal. And he's like, are you serious? Like, why didn't you talk to me before? And all I'm thinking to myself, like, she was trapped down there. How the hell is she going to come talk to you if she can't go anywhere? I mean, what's she supposed to do? Call you on your cell phone? Like, she's not like in a bad area. She's in another dimension. So now he's like really pissed and he puts away the book and he says, well, I'm here and I actually have some help. They went to go get some supplies, but hopefully I'll be back soon. All of a sudden I hear somebody says, am I interrupting something? And we see it's Danny Moonstar, aka Mirage. Now Danny and Ileana were like thick as thieves back during the New Mutants, so she even says that Danny's like her best friend. Right now, she's the last person she wants to see.